the ruling on the request for the 16th of December this year.
The request by the EFCC for separation of trial of the former governor of Enugu State, Dr. Chimaroke Namane, for leave by Dr. Namane to travel abroad for medical to the court. That is scandalous that a criminal case which should be concluded speedily in accordance with the law has not proceeded. Need for speedy conclusion to be arrived at in respect of assets and liabilities of the companies which are corporate. Tafa SAN in his response argued that granting the application will amount to disrupting the fair trial of former governor of Enugu State, whom he said has always made himself available for trial, adding that the trips were meant to facilitate his recovery. Justice Mohammed Yunusa of the Federal High Court adjourned for ruling on the 16th of December. Dr. Namane was arraigned before Justice 105-count charge bordering on money laundering. In Lagos, Viera Jumuba, NTA News.
Justice Mahmoud Mohammed has been confirmed by the Senate as a new Chief Justice of Nigeria. Justice Mohammed answered several legal, judicial and
confirmation process. He blamed some lawyers for what people described as the delay.
You see, all these cases, coaching cases, could be dealt with by courts which are already in place. But it depends on the will, you see, to have a case had expeditiously. But because regarding, you see, the backlog of cases that are had, it is not because of the court. It is because of the prosecutors. Because I myself was a prosecutor for many years, and I know what it takes to prosecute a single case, particularly of corruption. It may not require more than a week. If I marshal all my witnesses there, and most of some of these corruption cases are based on documents.
Justice Muhammad also declared his support.
You see, sometimes political decisions must be taken, not necessarily in accordance with the law. That was, there is a need, honestly, to separate the two offices, so as to allow each to allow dispensation of justice.
The Senate's confirmation process now makes Justice Muhammad.
We apologize for that hitch. The Director General, Prison Rehabilitation Mission, Bishop Kayode Williams, has written for the area. Bishop Williams was a guest on our program, Nitty-Gritty. He says particular attention should be paid to issues, conditions and welfare of the inmates, the environment within and outside Nigerian prisons, and the need to speed up judicial processes in the country.
Informative facilities on ground. There is no prison. They call maximum prison is not Kirikiri that is the only maximum prison. Maximum Kirikiri is the most recent one. But where are the facilities for reformation? Because that should be the first service of the Nigerian prison service ought to be reformation. Because bringing in a prisoner is not for punitive measure, is for reformative. So what are the facilities on ground? When they talk of the workshop, they said they have tailoring workshop, they have carpentry workshop. What type of works are they producing from their workshops? They are training the prisoner and they are using prison uniform. They are not even giving them warders uniform to sew. Prison uniform. So prisoners will be sewing prison, and the carpentry workshop, what are they doing? That was why I was challenging the National Assembly the other day, that instead of collecting furniture allowances into tons of billions, why don't they use all this money to set up a serious industry that will be producing furnitures for government officers? That's how to first of all recognize the prison. So we have reformed this prisoner. So there are so many problems. Is it the cells like animals in the zoo? We don't have prisons. We have zoo. Because if you go there, when the minister might have been to the prison several times, how did he see the prisoner?
Nitty-gritty is a weekly program on NTA2 Lagos that enlightens the viewers on the current affairs issues, national issues on which platforms are being created for remedies to sustain the earth. Here in Nigeria, environmental experts are also joining their voices as part of the global dialogue. The views were made at the second biannual. Has the details.
The lecture x-rayed issues bordering on the challenges posed to the environment, resulting in desert encroachment, depletion of forest, gully erosion, global warming, and rising sea level, among others. The assessment reports, which recommend strategies to combat climate change, is a major challenge. Ameliorating efforts, they say, should include tree planting and afforestation initiatives as a way of promoting environmental sustainability.
Is to begin a process of replenishing, and like I said in my lecture, leaving the earth, leaving the world a better place than we met it.
Noting potential disasters that could occur, experts say there is the need to intensify emergency response mechanisms while also adopting the culture of replenishing the earth to support safer future.
When the dry season is more than the wet season, we are in trouble because it's drawing wet season that any geographical area.
All the climate change we're talking about is about threats to life. Policies should look into that direction. When we conserve energy, we'll even reduce the demand and the exploitation of the environment will be reduced.
One of the major drivers, if not the actual major driver of insecurity in our country is because of desert encroachment.
We should plant trees. I'm one of those who supports the policy of planting trees on every birthday that you celebrate on Earth. So I guess
for us to continue to appreciate what people do and how they impact our environment.
Governments to make policies that seek to protect the resources and put sustainable infrastructure in place for humanitarian provisions. In Lagos, Lynn Lenake, NTA News.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, has continued its Drive Safe in Lagos. The Safe Drive campaign is focused on abstinence from alcohol while driving. Ani Daniels reports.
Available statistics from the Federal Road Safety Corps reveal that nearly 13,000 people die annually as a result of alcohol-related road traffic crashes. Awareness campaign tagged "Don't Drink and Drive," FRSC Lagos Sector Commander Hajino Sumeje says is part of the efforts by the Corps to implement the Accra Declaration, a reduction of road traffic accidents to 50% by 2015, with more emphasis on discouraging alcoholic consumption by motorists.
They don't say it, they repack it, and they even go step aside to go and do it. But I know that with this kind of campaign, on a continuous level, it will be combated.
The event held at the Prince Nima Motor Park, Agege, had motorists, medical practitioners and pedestrians in attendance.
Responsible alcohol consumption means knowing when and when not to drink, such that drinking does not coincide with the event of having to drive.
We very appreciate, and if this thing to continue every year, we more appreciate, and federal government will appreciate on federal.
Also advise motorists to obey all traffic rules and regulations, as well as ensure their vehicles are in good condition before embarking on any journey, irrespective of the distance. In Lagos, Ani Daniels, NTA News.
Still to come, what are the challenges of law enforcement unsolicited text messages to subscribers? These and more when we return after the break.
My name is Ademola Adeoye.
I am Elizabeth Omori.
Jennifer Igwe.
Abdullahi Mohammed.
Bajide Bello.
I am Viera Chumuba. We are broadcasting live from Lagos Network Center here on Victoria Island.
There is an Ebola virus epidemic in some West African countries. The Nigerian government wants you to be aware and watch out against the spread of Ebola from any other West African country to a hospital for proper medical screening. And watch out for severe cases of fever, headaches, diarrhea, chest and abdominal pain, sore throat, cough, red eyes and bleeding from the eyes, ears and nose. Protect yourself. Wash your hands regularly with soap and sanitizer. Avoid contact with the blood, urine, feces or saliva of animals like bats, monkeys, gorillas, chimpanzees or infected persons. The Ebola virus is deadly. Don't catch it. Don't spread it. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
Welcome back. You're still watching NTA2 News at 7. Lagos, as the busiest economic center in Nigeria, experiences various activities daily, which requires one form of regulation, introduced laws and regulations, but the major challenge has always been the enforcement. Why is this so? Musa Tolia in this report tries to find some answers.
Over the years, the Lagos State government has taken various steps to address the socio-economic challenges in the state. In 2012, Governor Babatunde Fashola enacted the state's traffic law to curb the excesses of aspects of the law which prohibits the operation of commercial motorcycles on 475 highways and bridges appears to have fizzled out with flagrant disregard of the law. The activities of touts and extortion traffic law. The state government also banned begging of any form across the metropolis, but today the beggars are not on the streets. Some beg with babies and underage children, especially on highways and bridges. Earlier this year, news beamed its searchlight on the suicidal tendency. The state government reacted immediately.
They cannot skate on the highway. I implore all parents to call their children and their wards to order. We will arrest them and we will bring them to the law.
But again, enforcement lasted only for a while because skating has returned to them.
If it is the place that somebody that they can arrest, if they arrest, they can have money. You see them, you will see them will work harder.
You probably should think twice. And
on the matter,
we are yet to attain that level where law is supreme. We look at faces to implement laws in the country.
Very few officers take care of a large number of issues.
But if you go and do an observation survey in progress, we may not have been there yet.
With the present architecture in place in this command, we'll be able to surmount most of these challenges.
Of the law and compliance can be realized if social security is enhanced across the metropolis. In Lagos,
Service SMS has become a popular way of exchanging information among users of mobile phones, otherwise known as GSM phone users. An aspect of SMS that has become worrisome to mobile phone users is the unsolicited text message. The right to send unsolicited text messages to Musa Tolia again tries to give us an answer.
One of the possibilities offered by the global system for mobile communication known as this service no doubt has made communication via text messages very easy and convenient. It is now common practice for people to chat with each other through the SMS. However, this outstanding service from GSM operators has for some time now become a sore point for subscribers of text messages, not from their friends, but from service providers advertising products or offering dietary tips, any more unsolicited for by the subscriber. What is more, these unsolicited messages are sent to subscribers at all hours, regardless. Give the GSM user the opportunity to subscribe to the unsolicited message, but most of the messages are forced on the subscriber, especially caller tunes for a fee.
I see it as one of the highest level of impunity in our system.
It's a lot of distraction because sometimes it could be a funny message that tells you to subscribe to this line.
If I charge from your account for the caller tune, I don't know the meaning of the caller tune.
I don't feel good at all. Even look at this Maggie something. I did not request for it. They keep on putting Maggie something and they are deducting.
Fraudsters sometimes cash in on the unsolicited text message platform to dupe unsuspecting GSM users.
I feel bad. Sometimes they say me I want something and not contest, that kind of thing.
Many of them they will tell you that it is a machine problem. Many of them they will tell you it is still a network problem. But the money, it is non-refundable.
From the legal angle, it is wrong. Even
of security to filter out unsolicited messages.
Subscribers, the National Telecom Subscribers Association is already seeking legal protection for its members.
We are seeking through the court various subscriber phones with unsolicited text messages.
In Lagos, Musa
Human Rights Watch has urged Indonesia's national police to halt discriminatory virginity tests for women applying to join the force in the world's most populous Muslim-majority country. The rights groups say women applicants were required to be both unmarried and virgins, in the evidence of some senior police officials that it has been stopped. Young, painful and traumatic. A Jordanian court has sentenced people between 3 and 5 years to jail for being members of the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant. The 5 men were found guilty of promoting terrorist months in jail on top of his 5-year sentence for slamming U.S. President Barack Obama's war on terrorism. Jordan is one of the 5 Arab states supporting U.S.-led airstrikes against the armed groups in Syria. Detonated an explosives-packed truck at the entrance to a compound housing foreigners in Kabul. Truck windows across the Afghan capital and sent a plume of smoke 2 days after Afghan lawmaker Shuraka Mumbaka escaped a suicide blast in
had an intensive training session on Monday evening that lasted for about 2 hours. It was a full squad parade and the players were in high spirit as all of them participated in the training, leaving the bench for only Hope Akpan, who sustained injury in the match against Congo. Stephen Keshi and have hope that they will qualify for next year's African Cup of Nations AFCON in Equatorial Guinea.
Nigerians should be patient with the team, and the team will turn around, will give them what they want.
Team captain Vincent Enyema and teammates solicited for prayers from our Eagles.
I want Nigerians to pray for us, I want Nigerians to support us.
Confidence is oozing in the team, and I'm sure that...
On tactics and clinical finishing, and was watched by excited Uyo fans. The South African Uyo shortly after the Super Eagles training on Monday in Uyo. Imo Etimodo, NTA News.
It's now time for Sports Medley with Musa Tolia.
Arrangements have been concluded for a rematch between Nathan Cleverly and Tony Bellew on Saturday. The Welshman beat Bellew to retain his WBO light heavyweight title in 2011 before losing the title to Sergey.
And there was some big right hands there, Cleverly getting through the guard of Cleverly, sorry, Kovalev.
The only danger here, if Cleverly can somehow survive, now it's all over.
And in football, the stage is set for the African champions, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, qualifier. The match is scheduled for 5:30 p.m. at the world-class Akwa Ibom International Stadium. Footballs of the encounter.
Surely they'll beat Bafana because with the inspiration of playing in a new stadium, you know, it will motivate them, and I believe that Nigerians will back them up.
Keshi should just tell his boys that they should play a teamwork. They should not play an individual game, so that is going to help, because I think that really help against Congo.
The chances of winning the match is actually 100%. Because they have everything it takes to win that match.
Sure, 100% sure for me.
Nigeria. Uche, a great goal scoring knockout in La Liga. Uche puts Nigeria into the lead. And wow, makes the...
And that's Sports Medley on NTA2 News.
To end the news, the highlights once again. The former governor of Enugu State to be separated from others for speedy trial. The new Chief Justice of Nigeria scaled through the Senate screening. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria are set for tomorrow's decisive encounter against the Bafana of South Africa. And for more stories, do have a great evening.